Very quick in the transition now, still stressful. Here, Craig, how has it been started? Comes from being a solid PGA Tour touring professional to a world leader, one of the top 10 in the world. I think there's been some self-discovery and maybe help with some reading of the book.
What is up, TJ? What's up?
He underperformed out here for, let's say, maybe the first 4 years of his career was extremely hard. He actually at one point, Lloyd Symons, his coach, said, give him an ultimatum. He said, you got to change your attitude or quit. So I think that was well documented. I believe his career is going to mirror Maxim. I think that the talent level, the ability, the physical abilities are pretty similar. So both those guys inside the top 10 as well. But you can't be at worst in the out here. Look at the attitude that Scotty Scheffler has. Some of the greats of the game. But I think the discovery is really fun.
Yo, what's up, Kiefer? Story time. That's right. I'll wait for a few more people to get on here.
Thank you, Mr. Short, for birdie at the 10th to start the morning. Third at 11 here. Yeah, and then back left hole location. So this is awkward. So really quick, I think it's off here. Very quick. So well done to the out there.
What's up, John? What's up, T? What's up, Trace? What's up, Richard? What's up, B-Man? What's up, Angel? What's up, John? I will not be in Jacksonville. The golf is so much better on TV than in person. It's tough to see every shot in person. What odds did you get on Scotty yesterday, Parker, after his bogey? Oh, very nice. That's the way to bet Scotty. You just hope he bogeys like the first hole and then just makes a run. So I had an interesting week. Hold on, guys.
Finish in 2021. He'll keep his nose in the fight this week. After the 12 consecutive years in May, this is the 5th year back to March. And,
the Panthers beat Carolina when it counts. So, I mean, Carolina, you know, they think the regular season is the playoffs, right? When was the last time Carolina, when was the last time they won a playoff game? Right? The Panthers are also missing two of their best players last night, so and they're at the end of a road trip, so we swept. Carolina was better last year, and we swept them. So, I mean, I'm not really – Carolina does not concern me at all, to be honest. Like zero. But anyways – so I'll tell this funny story. It's not funny. It's kind of sad what people are. I'm not sure we're going to even meet Carolina in the playoffs, right? So, I mean, if we played Carolina, it would be in the conference finals. So. I think the Panthers will definitely turn it up in the playoffs. That's the difference with them. You know, they know what it takes to get there. I don't know any parlays right now, guys. Like it's 9 a.m. I haven't done any parlays. So, anyways, I'll tell this funny story. I mean, it's actually a kind of sad story, but it pissed me off all week. I was dealing with this all week. On Monday, we take our daughter to tennis. She plays tennis in Lighthouse Point, which is very nice area, right by our house. And whatever, I play tennis against my wife. We play. My daughter takes a lesson. My father-in-law's in town, so he's like, "Oh, you want to get some food?" We're like, "All right." So go to this place, Baja Cafe in Deerfield. Very good. Probably the best Mexican food, the best casual Mexican food in Broward, I would say. They have the best salsa I've ever had. And they have the best carne asada. They marinate their steak in a salsa for like 2 days. But, anyways, that's besides the point. So, we're driving on Federal Highway, 6 p.m. So, it's very busy. US 1. And it's a red light. We're turning in the restaurant, and we're going very slow because we're making a turn. My wife's driving her Porsche. Daughter's in the back seat. Father-in-law's in the car behind us. There's an e-bike in the bike lane going like 30. 28 is the max speed they go. It's going 28. He sees us, right? He's looking right at me. Just fucking runs into the door, right? Full speed and just runs into the door, right? We're basically stopped. He falls over. I'm like, "Oh, what the fuck?" I'm like, "Oh God, here we go." The guy gets up. He's fine. No scratches, nothing. The bike's perfectly fine. Parking the spot. He's like, "Yo, I'm good." He's like checking himself. He's like, "No, I'm fine." He could have been a fentanyl user too. I mean, I hate to like dig up stuff, but the guy has a drug charge against him in the past. But whatever, that's besides the point. But he's like, "Yeah, I'm fine." Blah blah blah. And the bike's fine. He's like, "Oh, I'm on my way to the beach." He had noise canceling headphones on too when he was riding, which is probably stupid, right? So he's like, "I'm on my way to." He's like, "I'm going to the beach still." He's like, "I'm fine." He goes to the beach, I guess. So we go inside. We're eating, and I'm like, naturally, I'm like, you know what, like. Nobody called the police or anything. Like the police weren't needed, I guess. Nobody needed the ambulance. Everyone's fine. And we go inside to eat, and I'm like, you know what? We should have just left, like after he left, right? Like, because you never know. In South Florida, it's these insurance scams all the time, right? But we stay there. We eat. Like 20 minutes later, the kid comes in. The car is totally fine. Not a dent, not a scratch, nothing. So we're eating like 20 minutes. The kid comes in. He walks. See him walk to the restroom. He comes out and he's like, "Hey, the chain on the bike is messed up. I might have to get it fixed. So if I do, like, could I have your phone number?" I'm thinking like, it's not my fault. Right? Like, this isn't my fault, but I feel bad, like, because I'm a nice guy. I feel bad. I'm like, you know what? Tell my wife, all right, just give him your phone number. Exactly. That's what I should have said. You fucking hit me. That's what I should have said, right? So I'm like, all right, whatever. I'm thinking if it's $200 to fix, whatever, I'll give the kid $200, whatever. Um, so don't think anything of it. On Tuesday morning, he texts my wife like 9 a.m. Hey, took the bike to a bike shop. They said they can't repair this kind of electric bike because it would void the warranty, and they don't want to void the warranty, which makes sense. I'm like, all right, whatever. He's like, I got the bike from Best Buy. It's $2,000. He's like, I called the warranty company, and they said since the bike was in an accident, the bike can't be fixed. It needs to be fully replaced. So he's like, the bike is 2,000. I'm like, thinking in my head, nothing was wrong with the bike, first of all, right? But I'm thinking, okay, I'll make an offer for this kid. I said, okay. I said, if you want $2,000, I want the bike, right? So you give me this bike, you give me your electric bike, I give you the $2,000, you go buy a new one, right? Because I'm not going to give you $2,000 for nothing. If the bike can't be fixed, give me that bike. And exactly, I'm like, give me the bike, I'll give you $2,000. Problem solved, right? You just want a new bike, right? No response, no reply. Basically, he was trying to like figure he could get a free $2,000. I would just be like, all right, here, no problem. But when I asked for the bike, he realized like, oh, the bike's not fucked up. I wasn't gonna buy a bike anyways, and I would have to give him the bike. So forget it, right? So I guess he had got my wife's license plate number, and he had said, "Oh, I have your plate, and I just want to call my insurance company." So I'm like, "All right, let me get ahead of it." My wife calls the insurance company, and they're like, "All right, what happened?" Da, da, da. I'm like, "Nothing's wrong with our car. We're fine. No police report, nothing." So Liddy's like, "All right, what happened?" Tell her we were driving, and the kid hit us, and she says, "This is Geico, right?" She goes, "Oh well, since you were pulling into the parking lot and crossing the bike lane, if he runs into you, like you're at fault." I was like, huh. I'm like, that this is. She's like, because he's on a bicycle. I'm like, hey, he's not on a bicycle. He's on like a Morris. He's going 30 miles per hour almost on an e-bike. That's not like a bicycle. She's like, no, it's a bicycle in the state of Florida. I'm like, all right, that's fantastic, right? And then I say to her, but the kid rode his bike to the beach after. He's totally fine. Da da da. She's like, actually, this is the best part. She goes, actually, he says he has a broken leg. Right? Actually, I've got it right here for medical. He says he broke his leg. He has a broken leg. I said, broken leg? Like, what the fuck? So I'm like, want to just destroy the kid at this point, right? I'm like, give my statement. She's like, so on my wife's car, I only had like, I didn't know this on my wife's car because she had done the insurance through Geico, like for her car. She only had 10,000 bodily. I guess that's the minimum in Florida, 10,000 bodily liability for her car. I have like 300 for mine, right? She had 10,000. So she says, well, I just want to let you know, like, we'll give him 10,000. Like, she's like, I can just tell you, he's going to get 10,000. She goes, if it was 100,000, we would investigate, she said, right? But she's going to give him 10,000. And I said, okay. And she goes, well, but if his injuries are over 10,000, if his injuries are over 10,000, then you got to like work it out and, whatever, pay, you might have to pay. I was like, nah, this motherfucker is not injured. I'm not paying him shit. So I told her, I said, I will not pay him a fucking dime. right? So this is on Wednesday, and I'm just pissed the rest of the day. I'm just livid. And my wife's pissed because I'm making jokes with her, like, I gotta sell the house now. Like, if he sues us for $1 million, I gotta sell the house, right? And she's, I was just kidding. And anyways, so I spend the rest of the day finding out the kid's information, right? One of my friends is in law enforcement. One of my friends works for Southern Command. I find out all the information on this kid, all right? I get all of his records, all of his fucking speeding tickets, 70 and a 45, 70 and a 30, a drug conviction. And I'm just pissed because I don't like you can't, someone trying to play me, I just don't like it. So I'm like, all right, find out all of his information. Here's the kicker. I find his address, right? The kid was a real estate agent. I find his address, right? My wife's like, oh, please don't do anything. I'm like, I'm not going to do anything. I just want to, see how he is. Let's see how his leg is, right? So I see this address is about 4 blocks from my daughter's school. So yesterday at like 1:30, I'm like, yeah, you know what? Her school's out at 2:30. I'm like, let me just leave a little early and I'll go see if the kid's home. I found what kind of car he has because of his Instagram. He had a picture of his car. And then when I looked the address up on Google Maps, the car was in front of the house in the Google Maps picture. So all my friends always tell me I'm like a detective, right? Whatever. I'm like, let me go find this kid, right? I go drive by the house. I see the car. I'm pulling up, and they're doing construction on the street, so it's perfect, right? You got guys out there with the yellow vest on and shit directing traffic, so no one's thinking anything of it. It's right behind this Chick-fil-A. So the kid's not here. I doubt he gambles. But so the streets, whatever, busy. I drive by once, I come back around, then I turn around and I park a house away, 2 houses away, like on the opposite side of the street, facing their driveway. And I'm like, you know what? I got like 30 minutes. Let's just wait and see if he comes out, right? I'm listening to PGA radio, the Players Championship. Scotty just teed off. I'm just sitting there, and 15 minutes later, a kid walks out of the house. Totally fine. I got this shit on video. I'm recording, like, I'm just zooming in and shit, recording, just like, yo, here we go. Got you, motherfucker. I'm like, gotcha, bitch. Gotcha, right? And kid had like a low car. He gets into the car, all fine, hops in. Like, he jumped in pretty fast, like. And I'm like, gotcha, right? He comes in his car, turns around. He doesn't recognize me because obviously he doesn't recognize my car. So I text my wife the video. I text my father-in-law the video. I'm like, we got him, right? This motherfucker ain't getting $1. We got him, right? I call the insurance company, right? And I'm like, hey, I got good news for you, the investigator. She's like, oh, what is it? I go, the claimant who claims he's injured, I go, I have video footage of him right now from 10 minutes ago, walking totally fine, no limp, nothing at all, not injured at all, hopping into his car, which sits very low. So that would be tough to get in if you had a broken leg, right? She goes, yeah, I can already tell you that this case has been closed. She's like, we sent him a check yesterday for FedEx for $10,000. I said, you already paid him? And she goes, yeah, we did. We just paid it. We sent him a FedEx check. They did this shit in one day, the same day that they made a claim. So they didn't look at any medical records, nothing. They just fucking paid him the $10,000. So I said to her, well, I got this video. This is like insurance fraud. You know, I said, this is insurance fraud. I got this video of this fucking kid committing insurance fraud. You're not going to do anything. Well, we already paid him, so it's closed as far as we're concerned. I'm like, all right, well, I guess the plus side is he can't say he's like, he can't come back and say like, I want more money because he signed the release. Right? So the good thing is I don't lose any money. I don't think my insurance will go up because I had like that accident forgiveness. But it's like I got this video of this fucking kid, and he just not even injured. He gets $10,000. Fucking, there's no proof or anything. And the insurance company just cut him a check for 10 grand like it was nothing. So it's just ridiculous. But anyways, if it would have gone on further, I have obviously all the proof. So, but I'll show you guys the video. Actually, it's kind of funny. I don't know if you guys know. Pretty good for a broken leg, huh? Hop right in, bar. Yeah, it's Geico. Geico is the insurance company. Yeah, it's a huge company. So the lady basically said we don't give a fuck about a claim that's 10,000. She said if it was 100,000, we'd take a look at it. But so that's what I was dealing with all week. You know, and I would have I'm very confrontational. So I wanted to say something to him, to be honest. When he was driving by, I wanted to roll down the window and be like, hey, but I don't want somebody like trying to sue me for some bullshit, you know? So once I got the release, you know, I'll probably text him in like a month from like a burner phone number saying, hey, keep committing insurance fraud. And he's a realtor also. So I'm definitely gonna bomb his reviews on Google reviews, Zillow reviews. I'm gonna fucking bomb his reviews. Take him down to a 1 star. You know, because if someone wants to, if you're using a realtor, you want somebody who's honest, right? So that was my week, guys. And that is why insurance is expensive, because they don't look into it. So that's just auto insurance. Think about for homeowners insurance, how much people just lie about shit, right? So it was a fun week. Purdue versus Michigan State. I'd rather put bleach in my eyeballs than talk about that game. So that was my week, guys. Yeah, Aaron, what surprised me is that it was one day, so I mean, do they even look at medical records? I doubt they did. Oh, also, I forgot to tell you guys this. I looked him up on Google, and he had a GoFundMe. He had a GoFundMe from like 2022. He was in a dirt bike accident, and he broke both legs in a dirt bike accident. So obviously it's pre-existing injuries. So I'm thinking like maybe he just maybe he showed his old X-rays. So, but the lady on the phone, she didn't give a fuck that it was fraud. I said, "Oh, this is fraud." She didn't give a fuck. What if you use a 10,000 buy a betting package? I mean, if I recognized his name, I would not accept the sign up for sure. Because he would probably try to sell the picks or some shit. Yeah, so he must have a lawyer he was working with, or one of his friends is a lawyer. I don't know. That was my insurance company that paid him. So, but they better not raise my rates. I can tell you that, because I'll be fucking pissed. Exactly. They said in Florida you don't even need a police report. In Florida, he has 14 days from when it happened to go to to seek medical help. She said, "Oh, he could have broken his leg playing softball last night," and just said it was when he ran into your car. So he definitely knew how to play the system for sure. Exactly. So, when it first happened, I'm thinking, I don't need the police getting involved. Nothing happened, right? Nothing happened. We don't need the police. But guys, let me tell you something. Even if nothing happens, you should just call the police and get a police report. That way, nobody can lie about the situation. So, I definitely recommend, even if you're in an accident where nothing happens, there's no damage, no injuries there, definitely get a police report that says, what happened, because with no police report, they can kind of say whatever they want. Not to mention, the lady said my father-in-law didn't count as a witness and my wife didn't count as a witness. So definitely seek a police report if you have an accident with somebody else and nothing happened. You still want a police report just to protect you. So. That is my recommendation. I mean, I'm sure we can give a free play. Yeah, I understand it would be easier for them to cut a check for 10,000. I mean, it's kind of like with bank chargebacks. Bank chargebacks, they don't really investigate if it's under 5,000. So you could literally steal $4,500 worth of shit and say somebody stole you could buy like $4,500 worth of shit and say, "Oh, somebody stole my card." It's fraud, and you'll get your money back. I mean, because they don't investigate. So always cover your ass, because people are shady. Yes. I didn't win first round leader yesterday, so I can't say. But if they haven't paid first round leader, that's pretty pathetic. Didn't I talked about Rory and Xander on here for first round leader, I think, right? I didn't bet them. I didn't give them out either. I actually think you can take it in, drive it in a little bit lower, and bring it to off pretty quick. We'll take a look at free plays in a minute.
Exactly what he tried to do, as Billy mentioned from that line. This is just wonderful to watch. Every shot in the repertoire. That's what Billy mentioned. Driving low, skip it back there, and a little peek.
Wow. What a shot by Scotty Scheffler.
Same exact yardage that he had on Gordon Hall, 97 yards. That's two different shots you can play here, but I would think he would go.
All right. Dalton Connect over 22.5 points. I mean, he's there in he's Tennessee's entire team. You know, I wouldn't play Tennessee's team total today. What is up for the weekend? We got basketball, hockey, golf. Let's see. I don't like the Michigan State game. I don't like the name.
So it was always a clear 17, and this is just history right here. When you start cutting some holes, chip plots, and a stop. It's got 100 volunteers, 90.
Let's take a look. What seed do they have Michigan State as? Like a 3 seed? You know, they love Michigan State in the tournament. I don't like the West Coast NASCAR at all. Like, not the West Coast, but I don't like the Vegas race. I feel like Atlanta and Daytona were so much better than all these other races have been. So I don't know what the difference is, but I mean, if I had to play something in Michigan State Purdue, yeah, I would probably play the over. Their game earlier went over. And March 2nd went over the total by 10 points. USF over 72.5. I mean, USF's coming off a terrible performance. Is USF in? Are they in? Or are they like a bubble team? Or does USF have to win their conference to make it? I hate tracking all this bubble team and all that shit, right? What seed is USF expected to be? Anybody know? I kind of like USF today. You know, USF's coming off a loss to Tulsa, right? USF is coming off of a loss to Tulsa, and East Carolina's given up over. Let's see. Their last 5 games, they've given up over 80 points each game. So I mean, they gave up 84 to North Texas, so that's pretty bad. Yeah, they were, but like Indiana State was ranked also, and people they talk about how Indiana State's like has to win their tournament to be in. So I really hate how it's just like basically guessing of who makes it, right? But yeah, a play for me today will be USF. It's over 71.5 on Hard Rock.
Playing privileges out here on the PGA Tour. The privilege of competing in the PGA Tour's graduate. The 20th anniversary of the Players' Championship.
Yeah, the March Madness package is out now. It just includes these last couple of days of the regular season also. So I'm actually going to lower the price right now to $349.99 for the rest of the year. For the rest of the college basketball season, $349.99. On Sunday, it'll be $319.99. So I see that the judge is letting her stay on the case. I don't know how. Yeah, that seems. The March Madness is listed there. It says NCAA full season with March Madness. The judge looks like Patrick Cantlay. I don't know. I mean, I don't see how she stays on. It just seems a little insane to me. But I don't really think it really matters in the long run. So we'll play South Florida over 71.5. I'm not going to play the Tennessee game because I could see Mississippi State being tired legs, but I could see Tennessee like not running too much after. But Dalton Connect, like you said, over 22.5 or whatever. I know Kiefer loves that play always. He plays Connect every game. It's it'll be $319 on Sunday. And it's $349 today, I think. So that's basically $10 a day. You saying that USF has to beat FAU to make it? I don't know. I hate the whole will they make it, will they not? Like they'll probably find a way to put Rutgers in, Nobody is as overrated as the Big Ten when it comes to picking, giving birth for March Madness. I mean, it's just ridiculous. I think everybody in politics is a criminal. Every politician's a criminal. Also, I think the bigger criminals are like the district attorneys and stuff like this, especially in Atlanta. You see a lot of this stuff in Atlanta. The prosecutors are criminals themselves. So, if anyone thinks that the Fannie Willis lady is qualified to be a district attorney, I mean, it's just, or a judge, it's absolutely insane. It's actually disgrace to judges. You know, I've never seen someone as unprofessional as her. Yeah. So you need to have legitimate courts, you know, like you can't just throw regular charges. You can just throw whatever charges, and first of all, the charges are laughable. Like the Supreme Court will overturn them all eventually. So, but it's just, you know, you have to have nonpartisan judges and attorneys. You can't have like political, you know, you can't target people for like their political parties. You know, that's a problem. You know, you can't use the law to come after your political opponents. You know, that's when it's pretty sad. You know, so that's why I haven't watched the news in years, guys. I don't watch that shit. You know, it doesn't really matter who the president is for yourself, right? You got to go on like, you got to go do your own stuff. You know, people think presidents and stuff are going to give them, you know, give them shit, right? You know, you have to go out and get what you want. Like nobody's going to give you it. Like, you know, so, you know, people think that like whoever the president is going to change life. They're not going to do anything. You know, if you want something, you got to go do it. You can't count on any politician because they're all losers. You know, for example, look in I forget what state it was last night. One state last night, they passed a law saying that the state can't have any more in-game wagering, no live betting. They can have sports books, but not live betting. Yeah. How does that make any sense? Yeah. The problem is judges should not be like voted in. Like in Florida, you have to vote for judges. You vote for judges. Like judges should not be like a political party. Like, you know, I never understood that. So actually, guys, when I vote for judges, like in Florida, I always vote for the one that hasn't been there. You know, you don't want a judge sitting on the bench for 20 years, right? So, but whatever. Politics sucks, you know. How can? Well, I mean, you can be charged as many times as you want, you know. You have to get convicted, you know. And I mean, Joe Biden can be charged with all that stuff also too. So it's like if I say like how many things does Hunter Biden have to do before he goes to jail, right? Or Joe Biden. Everyone knows Joe Biden got money from China, right? Like it's crystal clear in Ukraine. Everybody knows that, you know. he doesn't get charged. I mean, because politicians are just above it, right? Nancy Pelosi has been insider trading for 30 years. Nancy Pelosi, if you look her up, she would be the number one hedge fund manager in the entire world the last 20 years. Right? So they're all, the laws apply to people like you and me, like regular people. Right? If we do insider trading, we go to jail. If they do insider trading, nothing happens. So you could charge all of them with shit. So anyways, I can't talk politics anymore. That's makes me want to blow my brains out talking about that shit. I don't have any updates on the West Flagler case besides they're a bunch of losers. And I was right. They do need term limits on everybody, first of all. But I told you guys like years ago with the West Flagler stuff that Daniel Wallach, I figured he was working with West Flagler. The Supreme Court's not going to take that up. Their case is not going to be taken up. So Sandog. I actually have a friend who he works for Southern Command. He's like one of the highest people at Southern Command. And he says the same thing. So yeah, Wallach is totally against sports betting in Florida because he has a friends with West Flagler, and I'm sure they pay him. So I think here's my theory about West Flagler. All right, guys. I have a theory that West Flagler has a deal with DraftKings. All right. So DraftKings, if you look on there, they have a highlight and stuff like that. Magic City highlight or whatever it is, World League highlight. They have the DraftKings, banners and stuff at their highlight in Miami. I have a feeling that the highlight matches are fixed in Miami. Highlight has been fixed for 100 years. But I have a feeling that they're fixed there like on a higher level. That's just my feeling. So, but West Flagler can eat a dick. That guy is a total piece of shit. But I don't see sports betting is here to stay in Florida. So if anything, I think that the state will eventually get rid of the amendment or other companies need to be voted in. I think that within, I'd say probably 6 years from now, we'll be sitting here and there'll be at least six companies in Florida for doing sports betting. And what's lost in all of this right now is DraftKings could go to the pari-mutuels, like DraftKings could go to Daniel Highlight, for example, and Daniel Highlight could do a deal with DraftKings for sports betting, but DraftKings would have to pay the Hard Rock like 50%, which I don't see why like DraftKings wouldn't do that, because I think DraftKings pays a 50% tax in New York already, so I don't see why they wouldn't do that. But what do I think of the Tyson Paul fight? I hope Mike Tyson knocks Jake Paul's head into the fourth row. But it's total trash. Like he's 31 years older than Jake Paul. Yeah. If a 27-year-old kid punched a 58-year-old guy on the street, I think you get charged with a felony for like elder abuse. One boxer did say that they're fighting with headgear on and like bigger 18-ounce gloves, I think they said. So Scotty Scheffler is getting stretched right now. It's kind of odd. But let's not talk politics in here. I hate fucking politics, guys. I hate it. So working out, sports betting, scammers, right? Providence Marquette. It's a tough game because you really never know which Marquette's going to show up. UConn, St. John's. That's a sneaky good game. I might take the over on that one. I could see it being close the first half and then UConn pulling away the second half. Kind of like yesterday. I kind of like Houston later, -8.5. I kind of like North Carolina because they got fresh legs. I don't think there's anybody in the ACC nearly as good as North Carolina. A UConn, Kentucky moneyline parlay. Let's see. What time is the Kentucky game on? Yeah, I mean, I definitely don't see any scenario where Kentucky loses. So just say you did a Kentucky, North Carolina, Houston moneyline parlay with UConn +170. I mean, that's really not too bad, to be honest. USF team total over 71.5. That's it so far. Providence Marquette. I have no feel on that game. You know, a different Marquette team shows up every game. They're kind of like Creighton. You know, you never know which Creighton team you're gonna get. You got to watch out, guys, for some of these teams that are playing their third game in, say, 3 days. You got to watch out for tired legs. So just be wary if you're trying to bet them. I mean, I would probably lean Marquette if I had to bet that game. Like, Iowa State looked pretty good yesterday. Baylor had a nice comeback. I might take NC State against Virginia plus 2.5. Yeah, Jesse had Villanova plus 4.5 also. That's just terrible beat. I'm interested to see how FAU plays today because FAU, now they gotta start trying, right? FAU, I want to see some effort from FAU. So I would lean FAU. Yeah, BetOnline has team totals, but usually you gotta wait for them to put them up. They put them up a little later usually. I can look right now though. Let's see. I'm not playing the first half of Marquette. What is up, Web3 Smash? We're almost finished with this live, but I am on. I'm on BetOnline right now. Let's see if they have team totals. Usually they put their team totals up a little closer to the game. It might be under their props builder as well. Yeah, so BetOnline right now, if you want to bet all the team totals for BetOnline right now for like say Michigan State, Purdue, South Florida, East Carolina, they're all under the props builder. The props builder tab on the left-hand side. So you click props builder, then you click game markets, and you just scroll down, and it's right there. Yeah. South Carolina versus Auburn. That's another tough game. I mean, Auburn's kind of like Tennessee. You never know. They're consistently inconsistent. I like to bet teams that are consistent. Like UConn is consistent, right? Virginia, inconsistent, right? I hate Virginia so much. They play the most boring basketball. There it is. Temple. Look at Temple. Ever since people said Temple was like betting on their own games and cheating, Temple has been on fire. I like North Carolina, yeah. Probably be on them later. It's almost nap time for me, guys. I'm just kidding. I'm hungry right now. I did a 2,000 timed row this morning. 2,000 row for time at my gym with my trainer. Oof. My 2,000 row was 7 7:13. I dropped like 35 seconds from the first time I did it like 3 weeks ago. Pretty fast though, 7:13. No, you can. The game markets for Bet Online are not just. They're parlay only if you bet it at the. You have to click the props builder thing. Like it will say parlay. Like look, I'll do one right here. It comes up as a single, so I mean. Yeah, but then it does say. I mean, you can. I know in the NHL you can bet singles too, so I don't know. This shit changes every day. Oh shit! I forgot I gotta go to Costco. No, I'm not taking South Carolina team total over. I take protein. Like I do like 4 scoops, big scoops of protein a day. I gotta go to Costco. Boston College was a terrible beat as well. So was the Duke NC State first half over that we had. Was awful beat. South Carolina over 67.5. Yeah. I probably won't play that. They could cover. I mean, South Carolina, they have a lot. Like I said, Auburn's tough to gauge. Like they can play great, or they can just be like not even a no-show, right? So, but anyways, guys, got Duke scored 2 points the last 5 minutes. I hate Duke. Blackhawks team total. I know there's only 2 games tonight in the NHL. Let's take a look. A beautiful plus 800 parlay we hit last night. The Kings have been playing some solid defense. I mean, that's my only worry there in that game. Something I might just bet there. I might just bet like Connor Bedard over a half of an assist plus 120. Or like, let's see what his points is. Okay. So I would take Connor Bedard over a half an assist plus 120. So we'll say that's an official YouTube play is Connor Bedard over a half assist plus 120. And USF South Florida team total over 71.5, both for 1 unit. An assist in hockey. You pass it to the guy who scores the goal. But if I pass it to a guy who passes it to the guy who scores the goal, I get an assist too. So 2 guys can get an assist in hockey. Like in hockey, in one play, you can have 3 guys get points. You can have 2 assists, and you can have 1 goal. So 3 guys can score a point and 1 goal in hockey. That's why I love it. Avalanche versus Oilers. The Avalanche versus Oilers is the ultimate game for a same-game parlay. All right, what is that on Saturday? Avalanche versus Oilers is 10. That's one of those games you got to clear the schedule for. That's gonna be a nice same game parlay. That is the old. That is like the Super Bowl of same game parlays. Avalanche Oilers. So we gave the 2 free plays out. I explained what an assist was. It's pretty easy. But I am out of here, guys. So have a great day. And play those 2 free plays. And maybe I'll come on Saturday morning. We'll watch a little, or I'll come on Sunday and we'll watch some Players Championship together. All right. Have a great Friday, guys, and stay away from e-bikes in your car. All right.